In January 26, 1964, a young man was arrested for holding two oranges. This is one of the most shocking cases in all of history.
In court, a young man named Henry Snuffleside, aged 25, was arrested for stealing two oranges. But was that really the case? Let's have a deeper dive, guys. Let's dive into this thing and figure out what really happened with Henry Snuffleside. Did he really get life for stealing two oranges? I don't know. Let's take a deeper dive, guys.
Henry was described as a very happy-go-lucky guy. He had a lot of his life ahead of him. He had a great future ahead of him. What did Henry do for work? Cabin crew. Among the cabin crew members, he was noted as a very friendly, easy-to-get-going-with guy. He had no weird characteristics, and everybody loved him on the crew. Upon interviewing some of the cabin crew, we interviewed a young lady named Sarah Huntington. Now, Sarah Huntington had very high words about Henry Snuffleside. So when people going around the cabin crew, specifically offering snacks and refreshments to the passengers of the plane, she would recall Henry snapping when he would go around and he would say, "Would you like apple juice or orange juice?" And when one of the passengers said, "Hey, I'd like some orange juice," Henry snapped. Visibly, Henry snapped. Did he physically do anything wrong? Did he get aggravated and shout? No. But what Sarah did see was an aggravated look in his eye that he just couldn't simply hide from anyone. And so when this customer was saying, "Hey, yeah, give me an orange juice, buddy," Sarah could see Henry, he wasn't happy. There was something going on. She never brought this up to Henry. This was very strange. Other than that, nobody had anything negative to say about Henry. In fact, a lot of other people said Henry was a loving guy, he was great to the community, and he donated a lot to a charity. In fact, one source stated that he donated over $1 million to a specific charity. Now, we could never find any records of this charity in specific, but apparently he did. Another source told us that he would hold local hugging sessions in the park for the mentally unstable and the people who were lonely. He would regularly organize events in his local park, and they would all just hug. They would have a nice day and have a picnic. So why was Henry jailed for life behind bars? For holding two oranges? Really? I mean, heck, if I went down the road and I was holding two oranges, would I be expected to get life behind bars? Absolutely not. And I don't think you guys in the comments would either, right, guys? Leave a NTSS in the comments, guys, if you want to share that love. I've explained the referrals now, guys. It's getting a bit lengthy and boring, to be honest, now, going into all the details. She said this, he said what. It doesn't matter, does it? He's been arrested, his life behind bars. You know, whatever Sarah has to say, whether he's a good man or not, it doesn't matter, because the courts have judged him unworthy for freedom of society. They've doomed him behind bars. So I'm going to cut to the chase, guys. The oranges had 20 kilograms of coke in them. Obviously, you're not going to get away with that. It's a lot of drugs. Yeah, there's a few theories out there. Did they really have coke in it, or was he arrested because he was assumed of robbing two oranges from the shop and he didn't pay for them? And other people are saying, well, he did pay for the oranges, he just came back from later after work, he already put a sort of, not a deposit, but he already made a pre-purchase at the shop. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a judge, I'm just covering this story, and it's getting very boring now, going into all what Sarah said and his parents said and whatever. So I'm just telling you that's what happened. Now that's scary stuff.